All right, guys. Hi. Thank you so much for jumping on, listening in, just being here tonight with us. We are all here excited to share a little bit about what coaching has done for us, our story, the coaching experience, and a little bit about how this side hustle has turned into so much more for so many of us. My name is Ashley Roberts. I have been a coach for 5 years. In September, I started coaching just with the intention of not wanting to spend 2 hours going to and from the gym every day with my kids, three little kids in tow. Um, and it was a lot. And I was in nursing school and my husband was traveling and I needed something more convenient. So I actually saw a girl who's now my coach on Instagram posting um, about working out at home and the opportunity to make fitness your business. I think was her exact post, and I was curious, so I reached out and I had never really heard of Beachbody. I had never heard of, I mean, aside from like Insanity and P90X, I didn't really know what she was talking about, but I was intrigued as a mother, being able to have the convenience of working out at home as somebody who was no longer working. We had recently moved across the country and I had quit my job and I was staying home and raising kids. Um, not feeling like I was financially contributing to our family was a big change for me, and having the opportunity to do that, to do something on the side where I could contribute to the grocery bills every week, or I could put money aside for fun things that our family could do, trips and stuff like that we could take. That really interested me. So I started just like this, just with an accountability group, just with creating a community, wanting to work out, get in shape, feel better about myself, and help other women do the same, and not spend a lot of time doing it. Honestly, like I said, I was in nursing school full time. My life was crazy, and I just needed something simple. And so over time, I started these workouts. I got plugged into an amazing community. I started sharing my journey. I started sharing, my experience with the workouts, with the nutrition, we started using Shakeology. We started using some of the Beachbody supplements and things like that. And I never came into this business with the intention of pushing or selling a product, because that was not who I was and that was not who I wanted to be. And I decided early on that I wanted to build a community of other women who wanted the same thing and who didn't want to sell a product, be salesy, be pushy, or anything like that. To just do this together and be an inspiration, or source of inspiration to someone else, and just show other people how simple it can be to just make health and fitness a regular thing in your life and create a lifestyle. Um, so like I said, I've been a coach for 5 years. I would love to say that in those 5 years, I have built a hugely successful $1 million business, but let's be realistic. That's not who I am, and that was not my intention when I started. But what I have built over the last 5 years is what you see here tonight. An amazing community, women who show up for each other when things get hard, women who cry together, who laugh together, who have learned the struggles, who have learned how to be stronger together, who have learned how to lean in when things get really, really hard, and who just ultimately believe that you get stronger together. And we raise each other up. We run these amazing groups with, hundreds of women that we've all collectively helped over the last months, years, 5 years, and have really just focused on helping people feel good and helping people find something that sticks, and not have to do the diet thing and the quick fix thing, and just that yo-yo endless cycle that we've all fallen victim to over the years. We live a life of balance. We all preach a life of balance and share, the good and the bad, and the cheesecake and the wine and the tacos and everything in between. And that's kind of what we've done. you're going to get to hear from everybody tonight. Whether you're listening to the recording, today or next week or whenever it is. But we're here to kind of just share a little bit about ourselves and what we do. I can tell you that, I didn't have any experience with any of this when I started. I have a lot of questions that are, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. I didn't either, but I just knew that I was going to do this and I was going to talk about it. And if somebody wanted to join me, they could watch and they could follow and they could ask questions, and I was going to be here to support them regardless. So we've created, we typically run our groups on Facebook or an app. People that are doing this with us that want the help with fitness, that want the help with nutrition, that want to create a lifestyle, that want to create the balance. We bring them into the group and we use, Beachbody workouts. I will tell you guys, 5 years in, I have had some of the best results of my life through these programs and doing it less than an hour a day at home. I have done 4 fitness competitions, all using Beachbody workouts. I have learned so much about nutrition. I've taken a nutrition course, Compliments of Beachbody. I've even become a group fitness instructor with Beachbody workouts. These programs work. These programs bring amazing results. And same thing with the nutritionals, like Shakeology has been a game changer for so many of us as far as snacking, sweet tooth, digestive issues, balance, the list goes on and on. Same thing with, the performance supplements. We don't use any artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, anything like that. I could talk for hours on that, but I'm not going to do that tonight. But what I will say is, all of those things are great, but the reason why we're all still here, and these gals will share it too, is because of the community. And we've invited you here tonight because we want to share that with you, because this opportunity has changed my life. It's changed my mindset. It's changed the way that I think about things and the way that I view things. And it's made me a better human, a better mother, a better wife, a better friend, and just overall a better human. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Sarah so she can share a little bit tonight too. And then we'll just kind of continue to go down. So any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us, whoever invited you here or shared this link with you. We're here to answer any of your questions anytime. All right, girl, sending it over to you.
All right. Thanks, Ashley. So like Ashley said, my name is Sarah Jacobson. I am about 2.5 years into coaching. So my why is a little different. I initially started as a challenger. I had watched my own coach, just as many of you probably have, on social media. She was my college roommate. We live about 6 hours apart, and so we hadn't really talked since college, but like social media does, it brought us together. And I watched her, and she asked, and I said no. And I watched her, and she asked, and I said no. And then finally I was like, okay, what are you doing? So in that moment, in those probably 6 months that I said no over and over and over again, I was over 220 pounds. I have no idea, honestly, how much I weighed, because I never weighed myself, because God forbid I get on that scale. I was sore. My back was sore. My knees were sore. My shoulders were sore. And I was stuck at home with my kids. I am an extremely outgoing person, and I was stuck. I didn't have time to go work out. I couldn't drag my kids to the gym. My son plays an elite level travel hockey. I was with him at practice all the time, lugging a three-year-old in tow with me. So there was no time for me and no time for the gym. I also loved sleep, and I loved fast food, and I had all the excuses in the world, as you can tell. So I finally said, fine, I'll do it. So for the first 6 months in the community, I posted a picture of my feet maybe twice a day and said I worked out for 10 minutes. My coach, Kelly, will tell you she never thought I was going to get past the 10 minutes. But what I found was the more and more I logged on to this community, this greater world that was from my phone that I could access, and I didn't have to go to the gym with my kids and put them in daycare after I'd already been at work all day, is I was seeing results. And so then she, and then she asked me if, I'd be interested in coaching and you'll get the discount. Oh, I'll get a discount? You mean I can buy the program and get the shake and all the nutrition I need and I get a discount? I'm going to do that. And then she said, you can sign up 3 friends and it gets paid for. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see if I have 3 friends. Then I got 3 friends that joined me. And it just kind of snowballed from that, because what I learned in that process was it wasn't really about the product. And yes, I was seeing results, but it was so much more. And Ashley said that. And it's the community that keeps you going on the hard days. It's the community that is there for you when you don't work out 3 days in a row because you have a sick kid at home and you have eaten fast food because you've been traveling. Whatever it is, that community is still there. And I think that's the most important part. I don't come from a fitness background. I was a cheerleader and a dancer my entire life. I am a teacher by trade. My husband is a police officer. He works long hours. That would be why I have children in tow at all times by myself, which is a phenomenal experience to get to be that person. But he works very, very hard. And on his days off, those of you who know what a police officer shift looks like, he works a second job because that job plays for hockey. So here he was working long hours. And now my why has kind of switched. So he worked those long hours. Not only did I want to pay for that product, but I felt bad that I couldn't contribute. I'm a full-time teacher, but I had to full-time mom because he was already gone. So, but I still was feeling that guilt of, I want to contribute to my family. I want to be able to say, no, we can't go on that trip. No, we can't do this because we have to pay for hockey, whatever it was. I didn't want to say no. I want to give my kids the experience. We've always told our son, as long as he gives 110%, we will continue to support him. I wanted that opportunity to support him and to support what he did. And so within that community, it started to build, and my friends started to join me, and then their friends started to join me. And all of a sudden, my coach, who lives 6 hours away, and her coach, and we have this huge community of people that I would have never met in my life, people that keep me going day after day, who text me when the things get hard. And I think that that has been the most important thing, and the thing that I love most about coaching is the community, and the community that we're building of strong, healthy, supportive moms and families. This goes beyond just us, and it goes into our families as well. The confidence that I have been able to portray to my children, and just of how to take care of their bodies and how to just look at every day with a grateful heart, has changed just the mindset of our family as well. So like Ashley said, this community has brought me opportunities that I never thought I would have. Not only have I met wonderful people, I have been trained in a nutrition program just like she did. I am a fitness instructor, and who would have thought that at over 220 pounds, I would be teaching now step classes. First of all, I would have never told you I would teach step, period. And nor had I ever tried the step, because why would I do that with leg warmers and a leotard? But clearly that's not what it is anymore. And I love it, and it's awesome. And it is all part of that community. It is all just one thing after another that this opportunity as a coach has brought me. And I think I can't obviously say enough wonderful things about it, but I think the community and the opportunities and the business within itself of, did I ever think I was going to run my own business? No. Did I ever think I was going to be a fitness instructor? Nope. Did I ever think I would be trained in a nutrition program? Nope. Did I ever think I would lose 60 pounds? Not on my own. And I didn't do it on my own. And it's that community piece that's so big. So that is just in a nutshell. I could talk forever, obviously, about it with my hands because they go. But that was kind of just a little bit of my heart and where I came from as a coach. So I think Amanda is going next, and we'll pass it over to Amanda. Oh, Emily's going. Sorry. Thanks, guys.
All right, can you guys hear me, even though I have earbuds in? All right. Hi, I'm Emily. I have been a coach about 15 months, and when I started, when I started Beachbody, it was actually a year before that. My background is that, my 5-year-old's right here. Gosh, mom life. That I am one of those people that tried everything. I tried low carb, I tried the gym, it was really expensive. I have the whole backstory about feeling like I've done everything. And when I was invited, I was at that perfect moment where I needed something because I had tried everything. And the person who invited me was my high school best friend. It was somebody I trusted that I knew wasn't some sort of gimmick. To make a very long story short, I'm down almost 40 pounds when nothing else could get a pound or two off me, any kind of nutrition, any kind of going to the gym all the time. Just a combination of learning about how to eat better and smarter and incorporating fitness is really, and then the accountability groups. So it's just like the trifecta of everything working. And then I became a stay-at-home mom. And then I really didn't have the budget to do the gym, and I had to stay home with my little guy. So I thought working out at home would be the opposite of what it was. I thought I wouldn't have the motivation. I thought nobody's there in my living room to help me. And it's funny how it was kind of the opposite. Because of the accountability and the team, it made me want to show up. It made me want to check in. As far as coaching, it's a little similar to Sarah and a lot of other people's stories where my husband works full time. He's doing the commute. He's always gone. And I felt like I wanted to contribute. I felt like I wanted to earn money for the family. And what I like to call it is that it's for life costs. It's like I'm not out there buying flashy stuff. It's to pay for my kid's, surgery because he broke his elbow on the playground. It's like the silliest mom life stuff. And to be able to have a job where you are helping others while also helping yourself is amazing. You don't just have physical products right in front of you that when they're gone, they're gone. It's like, this is something that's every single day. And it's also something where you can literally see a change. You literally see yourself change, and you literally see other people change. And to be able to again, literally change somebody's life, to get somebody off of medication, to get somebody healthy. It's like, oh my gosh, to have somebody out there walking around with results because of you helping them, you inviting them to this opportunity has been amazing. So it's just this whole package of helping yourself, helping others, helping with, financially, mental clarity, checking in with a group. Also, I'm not a sporty person at all. I am not a sporty person. Like everybody on here is talking about teams. I'm like, what? I don't know what cities, what team. I'm the least sportiest person. So to work in an area that is fitness related is so opposite of anything I ever thought I would do. And because I'm not a sporty person, my point is that I've never been on a team ever. So to be a part of a team has been amazing. Just the simplest things, like having a tank top with your name on it. Thank you, Ashley. It's just the coolest thing. So to have the camaraderie of a team, to have it also be a job, it's a package just all rolled into one. It's been a really amazing experience. And I know when I listen to a lot of personal development, a lot of people say I can't see myself doing anything else, and I see why. It's like, why would you walk away from an opportunity like this? So, and then it's just fun to jump on calls like these where you can have your kid in the background playing with a chair and you're trying to shush them, or you're wearing your pajamas. But it's a really cool combination of helping others, helping yourself, and earning an income. Amazing opportunity. So that's my angle. Still loving it. Who's up after me?
Yeah, I think we'll pass it over to Taylor. Yeah?
Taylor.
You ready? You're muted. Do you want me to unmute you?
All right, we're good. We're good. So bear with me. This is my first time speaking in front of anyone on here. So my name's Taylor Guzzi. I just started about 3 months ago coaching. And actually I didn't meet Ashley, but I've been like Facebook stalking her for about like 4 years. And she was super inspirational. And I reached out to her. I recently just had a baby. She's almost 5 months old. And before that, I was a CrossFitter, and I would go about 5 to 6 times a week. I loved the community. I loved everything about CrossFitting, but I was so sick during my pregnancy that I had to stop. And when I had my daughter, I tried to go back to CrossFit, and it was a huge time commitment with an infant. And I needed something at home, but I just wasn't motivated. And I really needed a change. So I reached out to Ashley, and I'm kind of like an all-in, like, yes, girl. So I was just like, all right, I'll sign up and let's do this. And from there, I just kind of took off from there. I didn't really have any hesitations or anything. What I love most about being a coach is helping people. I've always loved nutrition. I've always loved fitness, and I kind of wanted to step into coaching. And this is like way more than I thought. I really just thought like you would, sell some people some products, and then, I didn't really know how it worked. Once I dove in, I realized how much we actually do as coaches. So yeah, and I've connected with so many people, old friends. I've had friends jump on with me. Family, the biggest thing is my mother-in-law has joined me in this as well, and it's just amazing seeing someone who has been so hesitant with fitness kind of just jump in and really be able to change herself. So I'd say seeing people change, seeing the community of women who support each other and love one another, and you can bounce things off of each other. They answer your questions. It's just been a great experience for me so far. I don't really have a lot to say because I have been in this business such a short time, but I'm really excited for what's to come. And yeah.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate you speaking tonight.
I'm so awkward.
No, you're not. Well,
yeah.
You're not, but I'm awkward, and I think we can all like have our own little awkward moments, and I think that's why.
I've got like my husband over here. I've got like baby music playing over there, and I'm like, oh, I can't even concentrate.
I have to keep muting because my kids keep screaming upstairs. I don't know what they're doing, but I hear kids and dogs, and I'm like, oh, stop.
Well, thanks for listening.
Anyway, perfect. Thank you. All right. We'll send it over to Amanda, who's going to chat a little bit more.
Okay, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, but sometimes I get on rants and I forget where I'm at. So, be like, shut up, stop talking. So I have been with Beachbody since February of 2017. How do I know that? Because I was 3 months postpartum with my daughter. I was crying in my closet, on the floor, refusing to get ready to go to one of my niece's senior year things. What I was anymore, I'm not quite sure, but I remember laying on my floor crying, thinking, I'm a new mom. I should be happy. Why am I not happy? What's wrong with me? Come to find out, I had postpartum depression. But what got me out of my funk was I started with the shakes. I know you guys are like, no shakes, I hate shakes, but the shakes got me started. And before I was even a coach, I was a challenger for a year and 3 months. And I actually was under someone that is not even part of this group. And the more I leaned into Beachbody, I started pulling out of my funk. I started recognizing who I was. I started enjoying getting ready and not just staying in the house with the blinds closed and it being completely dark and feeling 100% alone. So the first year and a half of being a mom was absolutely really, really hard for me until I found this community. Even as a challenger, I didn't have the community that I have now as a coach. Yes, it's still the same people, and yes, we're still showing up, and yes, we're still pouring into our challengers and our clients, but I consider all of these women on this call and the rest that couldn't make it that are on our team my sisters. Because I know if something happens, they're going to be there, whether they're there physically or they're calling me or they're texting me, because it's happened. I can 100% say that Beachbody is not about the products. It's not about the workouts. It's not about selling stuff. It's literally about finding your sisterhood. Because before Beachbody, I didn't have that. I didn't have the friends. I didn't have someone checking in on me. And this is what I found. I can say that since I became a coach was, I think it was March of 2018 when I signed up. I had followed Ashley for God knows how long, and I thought she was pretty cool because I liked her music. That was it. I just thought her music when she pre-worked out was pretty freaking awesome. And she was doing the same program that I was doing, which was 80-Day Obsession, where I lost 28 pounds. And that was my program where I'm like, holy cow. And people started asking me, they're like, I see you posting, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, like just working out at home. It's really hard and it actually kind of sucks, not gonna lie. I hate working out. But the more I did it, the more I became in this routine, and I started diving into groups. And Ashley's like, girl, you're posting on Instagram and you're sharing your story. Are you a coach? I'm like, nope, I'm just doing the thing. And she's like, you can have these people join you and you can help people and you're already doing the things. And so I became a coach and I dove into this community. And I'm going to say that for the person I was 2 years ago, and when I do my transformation photos and I post them just to help inspire people and show them that there's more than that girl laying on the bathroom floor and in the closet and crying in the shower, not knowing who her body is anymore and feeling 100% lost. If I put those two photos together, my daughter to this day has no clue who is holding her in those photos. She literally looks at that and goes, who is that, Mom? That's your mom. Why is she not smiling? Because she didn't know who she was. And I can say that becoming a coach has not made me a better person, but it's made me a better person for her. So the days when I don't want to show up and it's very hard to invite people, I think of the girl me that was in the spot I was 2 years ago. And if someone hadn't have reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to join me? Like, do you want to be a part of this community? Then I might still be on that bathroom floor crying, not wanting to get ready. So the coaching world is, yes, it's about these programs, but what you find once you start and you join is so much more than a program can ever give you. It's so much more than I ever got of going to a gym, because I used to pay $54 a month. And I remember that pre-Brooklyn, and I would go and do kickboxing and I would do Zumba, and I was all in. I thought that was great. I wasn't losing weight. I was paying money to pretty much go and socialize and then go and eat like Taco Bell afterwards, because I didn't understand that fitness and nutrition went hand in hand. I'm now actually certified in one of our nutrition programs, and I love being able to teach people that you can eat the food, you can eat the carbs. You don't have to fail a diet, because I was one of those, I'm failing. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go from here. And so this community, when you think you're failing, I dive into my groups and I'm like, guys, this was just this week, I sat on my bed, I ate Oreos at 11 p.m. and I can't get my butt out of bed. And they're like, yeah, you can. Get up. It's 5 o'clock. We're waiting for you. So it's changed me. You can ask my husband. We were super rocky before because we were married. I got pregnant. I had postpartum depression and I didn't know what to do. And it brought me out of my funk. Our marriage is better. Our life is better. I'm a better mom. I love being able to talk to people about this opportunity and the community that you find, because I hope that when people come to us, they don't see products. I hope that when people see us as coaches, my job is to promote self-love, because I didn't have that prior to Beachbody. I didn't know who I was. I didn't love myself. In fact, I would say I hated myself. I didn't know even who I hated. Because I look back and I honestly don't even know what I did with my time. I spent more time laying on the couch, not doing anything, not loving myself, and physically finding it hard to get up every day. And now we learn personal development. We dive into podcasts and books because it makes us a better person. And that's what's great about our company is when you become a coach, you're expected to work on yourself and to fill your cup up before you help anybody else. And I can honestly say, because I'm also an accountant, you guys, I go to work every day all the time. All my PTO days are usually taking care of a sick kid. I mean, I personally haven't had a vacation except for going to Summit in over 2 years. My company doesn't say, hey, can you please take care of yourself before you come in and make me millions of dollars? Because that's what I do, is I make my company millions of dollars. They don't say, are you okay? Like, did you fill your cup up before you did this? No, they're saying, come in, make me money, and then if you have a day off, you might be able to use it, but you're probably going to get denied because we don't have employees. So this company, if you really dive in, they want you to work on you before you work on anybody else. And I can't imagine being a part of something other than this at this point. I can't imagine showing up for someone other than myself and other than my family first and other than my faith first. And I can't get over the fact that if someone wouldn't have invited me to this, I would have no clue. Because these girls right here that you see on here, they're going to show up for you no matter what. And gosh, well, that was like 10 minutes. I'm really sorry. I could probably keep going because I have so much more. So if you want to talk to any of us about any more of our stories and you want to hear more than 5 minutes, I'm sure we can all talk your ear off because it has legit changed all of our lives in more than one way. Now I lost
Totally agree.
There we go.
Yes. All of the things. And don't apologize for that because that was wonderful. So a lot of information coming at you guys as far as, well, information, a lot of awesome stories and a lot of awesome experiences. You know, one thing I will say about this team is that, like Amanda said, we show up for each other and we help each other when things are hard, and not just as a team, but as coaches running groups with dozens of other people too. And that's one thing that when I started, I was like, you know what? I need somebody to be there for me if I'm struggling through something. I need to be able to say, I don't know how to eat food. Tell me how to eat food, you know, because I was like a sugaraholic and lean cuisines and Diet Cokes. Like, I needed to learn the ins and outs of good nutrition. I needed to know what it was like when you were sore and you didn't want to work out, how you continue. I needed to know that when you go through gut-wrenching tragedy, what it's like to pick yourself up off the floor and keep going. And that's one thing that we do as a team and as coaches within our groups for other people together. And, you know, our team, Raise the Bar is our team name. And then some girls have, you know, teams within our team. But that's one thing that we continue to do is we raise each other up, but we raise the bar for each of us to continue to succeed and to continue to keep going. And I'm so unbelievably proud of the women who continue to do that and show up, not just for themselves, but for other people on social media, even when it's hard, even when it's challenging, who show up for their family, who give so much of themselves, but still use this as an opportunity to fill their cup, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So we could talk all night, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and we will have an uploaded recording link. And like I said, guys, any questions that you have about any of this, please reach out to me or the coach that invited you here. We are an open book, and you know, we have a group with the formalities of, you know, how do you earn an income? How do you, you know, blah, blah, blah. How do you build a business? All of those things. But that's not what this call was about tonight. We wanted to share, you know, the biggest part of what coaching is. And I can simply tell you that when you commit to being a coach, when you join our team, when you show up for yourself and you start showing up, you know, whether it's in Instagram stories or whether it's on Facebook or whether it's just in your community, you start to see that change and that positivity happen. And that is, it's addicting. And people want that. And people say, what are you doing? Like, I want to be a part of that. I want, you know, I need the help. I need the support. And chances are you're here because you've been inspired by one of our stories along the way and you've wanted something more. And I don't think that anybody on here would say that they regret any of it, you know, that this has had such an impact on so many of our lives individually. And, you know, even, you know, like Sarah was talking about with family and the impact that it's had on, you know, things that they've done with their family and things like that. And just so many other great things that have come from just being authentically you and doing the things and showing up and believing in yourself. And it's pretty cool to have an awesome tribe of other people who believe in you too. So thanks again, everyone, for taking the time, for listening in. Reach out to us with any questions. Next step is to get you enrolled as a coach and get you on our team, and kind of just go from there and finish this year strong together. All right, guys, thanks so much for taking the time. Have a good night.